Hi everyone, welcome to World of Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie, you're not, and a very happy new year. This is, unless my numbers and my dates and my calendar are confusing to me, this will be the first, maybe not the first replay or the first video of 2018, but certainly the first extravaganza. Today's video is going to be a 5-battle extravaganza, and this is something you can expect to see more of on this channel, a 5 replay battle, an extravaganza if you like. Now, of course, this is my old mate Wasabi from 1AR team. Wasabi is in the STRAVAGANZA S1, the Tier 8 Premium Swedish tank destroyer. Wasabi, a very active moderator on the Asia server and, of course, now the Australian server. And he is in the STRAVAGANZA S1. The 105mm gun does 390 average damage, 288 penetration. That's with APCR, which is standard rounds, of course. APCR is also premium ammunition, which will give you 330. Now, as we move into 2018, there are going to be some changes to World of Tanks with stewiejp at Get On Board Studios, and my old mate Wasabi, sending me this replay, is going to be... Oh, he's trying to get a cheeky shot into the IS-3. Have a look. It doesn't quite get highlighted, does it, the Tier 8 Russian heavy tank. But anyway, he's in a Tier 10 battle with Wasabi. Old Sabs, as we call him, at 1AR. 3 Tier 10s on each team. And he'll be looking at that IS-3 saying, "You beauty," but unfortunately doesn't manage to penetrate the heavy tank. He doesn't get spotted, though. Picks up a little bit of assisted damage onto the IS-3, 259, but clearly somebody else got the remaining of the assisted damage for that one. Anyway, he's going to kick back now because his 6th sense has gone off. He knows he's spotted. He's pulling back. There's 2 artilleries, and if those artillery drivers are any good, they might be targeting Wasabi in the STRAVAGANZA S1. Now, this is the first premium tank that's come out with the siege mode and travel mode. You can see that in the middle of the screen. That's because of this is also the first replay that I have done with the new computer setup. Of course, my computer exploded just before Christmas, and obviously reinstalling water tanks and all that kind of stuff. In the first few games you play in a tank destroyer such as the STRAVAGANZA S1 or the STRB, the 103, that's the one I've got now, whatever the Tier 9 one is, that little reminder in the middle, press X to switch to travel mode, and it'll also say press X to switch to siege mode. That'll be there as a reminder as you start getting used to the tanks. And I believe it happens with each of the Swedish tank destroyers that have got the siege mode, which is the STRAVAGANZA S1, the premium, which is Wasabi's weapon of choice in today's battle, and of course also the standard Tier 8, which is the UDS 03 or the UDES, the dudes, you might want to call it, the dudes. Wasabi opens his account with 384 damage into the low, the Tier 8 premium German heavy tank. Now, like I said earlier, there's 3 Tier 10 tanks on each team. Batchat, the FV4005, the T92 HMC, which is the artillery piece, and of course the T92. You'd have to really have to differentiate between the 2 T92s now, because now there's a light tank called the T92, which is another thing that's just going to add to my confusion. We will see a replay in the T92 as well as some Alpine Tiger replays in today's video. Extravaganza of Tier 8 premiums. Now, Wasabi's team not doing it too well. 4 tanks have already been killed on Wasabi's team. The FV215B 183, that's the Death Star, the IS-3, the KV4, and of course the Hawk 12. And now the Centurion goes down as well. Not looking too good for Wasabi. What's he going to do? He's kicking back here, waiting to take opportunistic shots, which is what you like to do in a tank destroyer. Unfortunately, that one doesn't hit, and that's a very good reason why I don't zoom in as far as Wasabi's doing. Now, not to be critical, but you can see just here, he's zoomed in by 25. Now that's an option in World of Tanks. Now that used to be only available through modifications, and that's one of the changes that Wargaming have done. One of the changes Wargaming have done over the years, have added more features into the game, which previously could only be accessible by using mods. And of course, but I choose not to use that feature. I think the most I would personally zoom in is maybe 8 or 10 times. I think it might be, whatever the default setting is, and I find that that's just me though. Anyway, 5 alls a score. Wasabi's at 1131 damage. He's got a little bit of assisted damage as well. Put a blind shot towards maybe the ISU 152 or maybe something else that he thinks might have been camping back there at J1. Wait for the gun to reload. 6-7, only down by 1 tank now. You can see on the enemy team all of the 3 tier 10 tanks on the enemy team have got 6 of the 7 kills. The only tank that hasn't got a kill is the Centurion 7-1. Whereas on Wasabi's team, 3 of the dead tanks have got kills. The Low's got 2, and of course the Object 140, who, where is that Object 140? He's not stuffing around, he's getting right down. He's like a good medium tank driver. That Object 140 has seen the enemy artillery and he's thinking, we've got to get rid of that. Not just because it's an artillery, but it's also a tier 10 tank that they really want to get out of this game. But unfortunately, the Low and the Conqueror gun carrier, the tier 10 artillery on Wasabi's team gets taken out. 8-9's the score. He's looking around, hunting around for shots on these last remaining tanks. The Object 140 doing a good job providing vision down in the south, but still down by a tank. And I can't help but thinking maybe that Bulldog might be more useful elsewhere, but he is down on 150 hit points, so I guess 150 hit points maybe maybe he's rightfully being a little bit conservative. Not sure what the J Panther 2 is right here with artillery. He is probably praying for a miracle, I guess, back there. Anyway, Wasabi's up to nearly 1,500 hit points, 1245 assisted damage. He's down to 274 hit points, so now that's a one-shot for, I would say, anything on the enemy team, except for maybe the Centurion. No, sure, yeah, he might bounce a shot or two. He's got himself into a pretty good position. Now, GW Tiger P, he's going to be gone for all money. That GW Tiger P has clearly lit the Type 4 heavy tank, and he's letting his teammates know through the chat that there's 2 tanks coming, people. Help me for crying out loud before they blow me apart. I think the GW Tiger P, not known for its speed or its armor, so I very much doubt that that tank will be around for much longer. Now Wasabi has clearly just done what I've done, and I've just swung around into freeview mode. So in the bat chat, Wasabi wants to make sure the bat chat goes. B Kiki in the Object 140 picks up that kill. They're still down by 2 tanks though, 210. The Object 140 on 4 kills. Wasabi just getting warmed up. He's understandably he's only on 274 health. There's 1497 that he's done already. He's done a little bit of assisted damage, and he needs to maintain that health, I guess, in this tier 10 battle. Just one tier 10 tank left on the enemy team. That's the FV4 005. Now here's last spotted up here with the Type 4 heavy. 2 derp tanks really working well together by the looks of him. The FV4 005, he's already got 5 kills. You can see that on the top right hand side of the screen. The Type 4 heavy, in fact, none of the other tanks that are still alive on the enemy team have any kills. The Object 140 you can see on the minimap going down to the south, trying to get vision towards that T49, who... That T49, is he moving? He doesn't appear to be moving. Let's see what Basabs thinks. He's looking forward, and no idea where that shot went. Maybe, that's I was talking about earlier about not zooming right in. Now that T49 looks like he might have been AFK. Wasabi, why wouldn't you get a little bit of assisted damage, even though the T49 may well have been AFK. Oh, look, he might have been playing and had a heart attack. Hope he's okay. You still can spot the cap, so if Wasabi's going to be trying to cap this one out, bearing in mind the Type 4 Heavy and the FV4 005 are not the fastest tanks in the game. The Stritzwagen S1 on the enemy team, last spotted in the middle. Of course, the Stritzwagen could comfortably come back for resets, but the artillery, the Type 4 Heavy, the FV4 005, all not very fast tanks at all. So it could be, I guess, what am I trying to say? Could be an option to try and cap this one out. 6 minutes left on the clock. No idea what the health is on the FV4 005 or the Type 4 Heavy, but of course the Type 4 Heavy, it's got a decent amount of armor. They want to, you really got to pick your spot when getting rid of the Type 4 Heavy. Anyway, Wasabi's found the Stritzwagen S1, gets one shot into the premium Swedish tank destroyer. He'll be praying for this one to go through. He's going to blind fire, I can see it. He does, he gets the kill, and that brings the score back up to 12-13. One kill to Wasabi, 2,218 damage that we've seen. Of course, that last kill shot will not be on that little damage counter down at the bottom left-hand side of the screen. The enemy's team are still up by a tank, 12-13. The FV4 005, Type 4 Heavy, and the M40, M43. On the enemy side, looks like Wasabi and this Panzer, Waffenträger Alpha Panzer 4, the Tier 9 German TD. Looks like they're going, maybe looking for artillery. Wasabi thinking, I'm not too sure about this. Maybe I should kick back here in this bush and hope for a miracle. Spots the Type 4 Heavy tank. Gets one shot into him. He's still on 1,100 and 88 hit points. Something just boomed towards the Type 4 Heavy. It must have been the Waffenträger. And of course, that didn't hit. So Wasabi choosing his moments to shoot at the right time, pulling back so the tree goes opaque. He clearly knows what he's doing. This is something that I'm not very good at. He clearly knows what he's doing with the bushes there. Pulls back so they go opaque, and that way minimises the chance of that Type 4 Heavy seeing Wasabi in his Stridsvagn S1. Of course, the Swedish tank destroyers do have a pretty good camouflage rating. Now, the Waffenträger Panzer IV killing the Type 4 Heavy, and now it's 2 versus 2 for the first time since the game started. It's an even game, 2 versus 2. The FV4005 on 5 kills. He'll be hoping, that FV4005 will be hoping for a top gun, you'd imagine, and you'd think he would be quite confident in getting one with just Wasabi in the Stridsvagn S1 on 274 health. Of course, the FV4005 does have a massive gun, a massive derp gun that could definitely one-shot Wasabi on 274 health. Could probably one-shot him on full health. It's got that massive, I think it's 152mm or bigger, 183mm maybe, like the, who knows. Anyway, Wasabi looking towards that, oh, look at that. That's damage all day long. Wasabi looking towards the Waffenträger Panzer IV. His sixth sense goes off, indicating he's been lit. Now that FV will definitely be saying, you beauty, there's my top gun. If I can shoot this bloke in the Stridsvagn, I'll be picking up a top gun all day long. Kicks back behind the bushes, fires up the camouflage net as well as the binoculars. He's hoping that the Waffenträger Panzer IV is going to put at least one shot into the FV4005. No idea what kind of gun that Waffenträger is running on. Of course, it's got a 128mm gun, the Waffenträger, or the 150mm gun. 150mm gun being a little bit shorter, but a massive, a lot longer to aim. Nowhere near as accurate as a 128mm stock gun on that German TD. Wasabi just creeping forward, staying in siege mode, just creeping forward. Of course, you only go forward very, very slowly in siege mode. That's the main difference between that and travel mode. 2.5 minutes left on the clock. The longer they wait here, the less chance they've got of capping this one out. The Waffenträger Panzer IV doing a good flaky manoeuvre. You can see him there. Only on 434 hit points. Now, I'm not sure if that FV shot the Waffenträger, but there is the FV. Wasabi needs to land this shot, and he does for 365 hit points. And, of course, it's got a pretty good reload. He should get another shot into him, and he's aiming where he thinks the tank's going to be when he reloads. Does get another shot into the Tier 10 British TD. I reckon he might have tracked him there. The Waffenträger Panzer IV picks up the kill, and for the first time, they're ahead now. The first time ever, they're ahead there. Good game, says Wasabi. Into the chat, good idea to encourage these players. Now, that M40, M43 could be absolutely anywhere. The Waffenträger Panzer IV brings up a very good point. Let's cap, because there's only 1 minute and 39 seconds left, which is almost enough time for Wasabi to cap this one on his own. 1 minute and 34, about 3 seconds short of being able to cap it on his own. So the Waffenträger Panzer IV is going to have to join Wasabi on the cap. The M40, M43, no idea where he might be. Now, if you look at the mini-map, that Waffenträger did get down here, and he didn't seem, I don't know if he went all the way to the edge. I have no idea at all, which would indicate to me that M40, M43 is maybe all the way up here towards A9. Who knows? Anyway, 30 seconds left on the cap counter. That was one shell. Clearly, that artillery just fired into that bush. 23 seconds left. I reckon the M40, M43 will have enough time to reload. He's clearly still playing and not giving up, which is a good to see. Wasabi from 1AR on 4,907 damage, plus some assisted damage. Looks like he's going to get some cap points. Is that Artie going to fire again? Is he? 3, 2, 1. No, I really thought he would have. I really thought he would have had the chance to put one more shell towards Wasabi and the Waffenträger Panzer IV on the cap circle. In the end, not an exciting finish by any stretch of the imagination, but we'll take the win, and we'll take wins like that all day long. It's an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge for my old mate Wasabi from 1AR Clan. It's also a Bruiser, 5 for effect, Confederate medal for shooting more enemy tanks than anyone else. Now, Wasabi's been around for a long time. He knows what he's doing. In the Stritchwagon S1, even though it was a Tier 10 game, he topped the score charts by experience and by damage. 4,960 hit points of damage. 1 kill, 1317 base experience. Unlucky the Object 140 didn't get his top gun. He certainly deserved it. Certainly doing his job running around there lighting up all these tanks. Unlucky for the Death Star to finish with a donut. Wasabi fired 23 shots, 17 hit, 14 did damage, including 1 or 2 blind shots. And one of the, I think the kill shot on the enemy Swedish TD was a blind shot as well. 3,812 sniped, 4,960 damage, 1,305 assisted damage, 62 cap points, and have a look at those credits, 139,500 credits. That's with a premium account. Now, he did get 22,000 in battle payments, so that would have been for some kind of mission or clan. What they are often puts, you know, where you get extra credits. You know, that all adds up, doesn't it? Anyway, 136,500 credits in that game that probably went a little bit long, but let's call it an ace tanker, and loves those credits all day long. As we move on to the second game of this Tier 8 extravaganza. Hopefully this is working, folks. Hopefully this is working. It looks like it is. Anyway, welcome to 2018. This is a Tier 8 extravaganza featuring Tier 8 premium tanks all day long. If you have been living on another planet on the Asian server, the Alpine Tiger was available not so long ago through a series of missions. And look, let's be fair, the missions weren't too hard. Even I got one, and that certainly is saying something. This is Lone Dog from FS Clan. Looks like Lone Dog's changed clans. It was with EG, is it EGP? I'm sure he'll let me know. Anyway, Lone Dog been a great contributor to this channel for some time. He's got the Alpine Tiger, which is, they're all talking about it in the chat, which I think is pretty cool. And if you were playing Tier 8s when this thing first came out, this is the kind of matchmaking you often got there. As you can see, there's 5 Alpine Tigers on Lone Dog's team and 4 on the enemy. You can see it's got a 122mm gun, 390 damage, 175 pen, 250 with heat rounds, which is premium ammunition. And like Lone Dog saying in the chat, it's exactly the same as a WZ111, the premium Tier 8 Chinese heavy tank. But it's got this awesome, it's this, what would you call it, enamel silver kind of skin. I guess that's what you would call it. It looks absolutely fantastic. Got a pretty good gun too as far as damage goes. Lacking in penetration, that's been everybody's criticism of it. But because it's only a 175mm gun, it does get preferential matchmaking. As Lone Dog picks up the kill on the enemy 112, another Chinese premium heavy tank. I'm not sure if the 112 has preferential matchmaking. I've got a feeling it does, but I have been wrong before, let's be honest. 2 zips to score. Lone Dog on already 1,064 hit points of damage. 2 kills as he gets rid of the IS-3. It's an all Tier 8 battle, and this is looking like a fast and furious battle over here in the East. Unfortunately, when and I love a giveaway as much as anyone else, but unfortunately, sometimes you do see players in top tier Tier 8 heavy tanks camping the back. Let's have a look. We cannot make the mini-map any bigger. With the score on 4-1, 6-1 now, Lone Dog in the Alpine Tiger. He's having an absolute ripper. He's on 1840 damage now, 1110 damage blocked, a bit of assisted damage as well. There's one right back here with artillery, and that just, maybe it's a player who probably shouldn't have any enemy tanks if a top tier Alpine Tiger right back sitting next to artillery. Looks like he might get some damage there. I'm not really sure. We'll see how he goes all the way back there. Anyway, Lone Dog in the Alpine Tiger just cops a little bit of damage from the low. Rams the low as well. He's on 2,238 damage, 1,100. Make that 2,681 damage as that Tiger 2 goes down. And this is what this beautiful tank can do. Have a look at it. There is a video elsewhere on my channel featuring the Alpine Tiger when it first came out, which some of the other community contributors very kindly gave me some replays. I think it was Matchy and the Flying Elite. And while he's going back to try and clean up, no idea what that Alpine. Alex Ewan is his name. I hope he's maybe I shouldn't name and shame him. Who knows? But that's the guy who was right back here. Maybe he knew somehow that all these tanks were going to push the west. maybe you could see that nobody was doing that. Maybe it was a good move. I'm not really sure. I've never seen a heavy tank do well though, especially a top tier heavy tank sitting next to artillery. Anyway, Lone Dog from FS Clan in the Alpine Tiger, rolling towards the UDES 03. It's an all-tier 8 battle. 2 Alpine Tigers, a Type 59, the UDES and a GW Tiger P left on the enemy team. The Alpine Tiger down in the south looks like he's about to spot that GW Tiger P again. The score's 10-5. Lone Dog is on 2681 damage, 1100 blocked and a little bit of assisted damage as well as he continues to roll forward. Looks like the Type 59 on the enemy team having a pretty good game, and they're kicking back there as well. Maybe there's a pot of gold up there at A4 that everyone's trying to get. Lone Dog picks up the kill on the UDES. Looks like that UDES was the most forward tank on the enemy team amongst all that. The heavy tanks really don't want to scratch their nice shiny paintwork, and why would they? Because it's a beautiful looking tank. You wouldn't want to scratch that bad boy anyway. The Type 59 shoots Lone Dog, tracks him, doesn't take any damage. He auto aims on the Alpine Tiger in the middle, puts a shot into the enemy Alpine Tiger, which is of course preferential matchmaking T8 heavy tank. He's not slowing down even though his ammo rack is damaged. You can see the Alpine Tiger just shot towards the bat chat. His ammo rack is still damaged and he can't fix it for another minute, but it doesn't matter because he puts a massive shell into the enemy Alpine Tiger, picks up his third kill, and as he's waiting for that slow reload, now with a damaged ammo rack, he's going to start rolling back towards that Type 59. He's just been killed by the Alpine Tiger, and one more Alpine Tiger left. There's Alpine Tigers everywhere. Imagine calling this battle, get the Alpine Tiger. Which one? There's 9 of them. Wow, go for it. And of course there was when the Alpine Tiger was first given away. Though if you were playing tier 8s or 9s, you would see countless Alpine Tigers in every game, and that was a very quick ace taker mastery badge for me old mate Lone Dog. Now in FS Clan, they've got themselves a good player there in picking that one up. An ace tanker, bruiser, fired up, 5 for effect. It's just a quick ace, 3,500 damage, 4 kills, 1332 base experience, all tier 8 game, 12 shots fired, 11 hit, 10 did damage, blocked 1,350 hit points of damage. And how'd he go for credits? Very, very similar to Wasabi's game in the Stritzwagen S1, 138,578 credits. That's after tax on a premium account in the Alpine Tiger, the brand new, or the rehashed WZ111, I guess you could say. It has been out before on the Chinese server only, and a very, very good 6-minute game from the old mate Lone Dog in the Alpine Tiger, having an absolute ripper, picking himself up. Plenty of credits there as well. That was that again was with a personal reserve bonus as well. So he got 53,000 credits from running the personal reserves, which is something I like to do as well when I'm running some premium tanks. Get those credits up so you can take advantage of some discounts. Maybe get some a discounted tier 10 tank or something like that. As we move on to game number 3 in this 5-game tier 8 premium tank extravaganza. This is Bucket. Now I believe since having this battle, Bucket, I believe he's joined Pyro Clan. Bucket streams as well on Twitch, as do I. Feel free to drop in streaming most nights. Now I did mention earlier that there are going to be some changes to this channel this year in 2018. Very, very happy new year, unless I've got the dates wrong. To everybody, I will not be at the start of 2017. I set myself a personal goal to do a video every day for 2017, which hopefully I don't drop a day. So I'm recording this on the 18th of December, as Bucket finds a Centurion 1, catches him napping and thinks, no worries, this is going to be pretty good. Now gameplay might look a little bit different. I have running pure vanilla at the moment because when I did this, there were some issues with ASLanes, and I think even running. Can't really say I used too many mods anyway. He's shooting at the IS-3 and he's clearly making that IS-3 feel a little bit confused. He's picked up some damage. Of course, the T92, this is the new premium American light tank. I think it's probably still for sale in the premium shop. APCR round standard, 150 damage, 175 pen. Heat rounds, 210. Now, of course, the big critics of this tank criticising its penetration. I don't think its damage per minute is too bad, but he is firing premium This is premium rounds all the way from Bucket in the T92. But he's doing a great job spotting tanks for his team. Now it looks like he's thinking about switching back to standard rounds, which he is. Gets a couple of shots into the Conway, picks up some more assisted damage. Assisted damage up to over 2,000 hit points. Now I do believe the T92 has pretty good view range, especially if you've got a good American crew and obviously some equipment and all that kind of stuff. And you can see he's also running premium consumable Coca-Cola for added view range, added camo, rate of fire, all that kind of judge. He wants to get rid of this Ferdinand. This Ferdinand looks like the only enemy tank really concentrating on Bucket here. 2 alls a score. That should be a kill. It is. Still got premium. Looks like he's thinking about switching back to APCO rounds. And from what I can tell, that's the big conundrum with the T92. You're always going to be thinking about premium ammunition because the pen is pretty bad. Probably have no problems against Lorraine 15551s as he picks up his first kill, or even the Rheinmetall Borsig Waffenträger. He's firing HE rounds towards the Rheinmetall Borsig Waffenträger and that artillery, I reckon, and why wouldn't you? Of course, those HE rounds, 185 damage for 38 penetration. Only an extra 30 odd damage though for HE, which just sounds a little bit odd. Anyway, this isn't a review on the T92. The T92 is the American premium tier 8 light tank. Oh, he gets a little bit triggered there because that HE round didn't go through. He wants to get another shot in before that Rheinmetall Borsig Waffenträger reloads, and in the end he got it. The 252U goes down. 11-3 is the score. 3 kills to Bucket, nearly 3,000 damage, 2,289 assisted damage, and he's looks like he might be thinking, might sit on the cap. No, he's going to go straight for it. He'll be looking for that CDC. That'll be a nice, juicy, soft target to shoot at. The T54E1, what else is left over there? The T34-3 and the AMX 5120. Last seen near Bucket's base. 11-3 is the score. He knows he's already having a pretty good game. And, of course, he can often be seen in my Twitch channel as well when he's not streaming himself. Don't forget to check him out. Link will be in the video description down below as he looks towards the 5120. But I was talking a little bit about, we'll get to more changes after this battle, I think. Changes to order tanks with Stewie JP at Gun on Board Studios. There he is, the T54E1. Bucket clearly changed his mind about the T54E1. It's not a heavy tank, but it has got a pretty decent amount of armour for a medium. The Tier 9 American, and you can see there, Bucket cops a shot from the T54E1. And I think even with premium rounds, I think he really struggled to get through the Tier 9 tank, even though it was a medium, which is why people often complain about the penetration. He fails to pen the AMX CDC with standard rounds. Anyway, 13-3 is the score. Not much left. Just a bit of a clean-up operation left. The T34-3 is back towards Bucket's base. And he just wants to get another shot. Another 1 or 2 shots will be very, very handy. Why not? That shot doesn't quite land on the French premium medium tank and that CDC. Basically just YOLOing. And look, by the time Bucket gets there, it's going to be all over. Not a bad result though. 3,500 damage. Let's see what the battle result page says. Let's have a quick look. It's an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge for Bucket. Now I'm 99% sure is now with Pyro Clan. He's also picked himself up a Confederate tank for shooting more enemy tanks than anyone else. Wasn't really expecting him to get a Confederate, but he did keep that gun going all for most of the game anyway. Topped the score with damage shots. Now I am surprised at that. That gun with the, what is it, 175 pen, 180 odd damage per shot. It takes a long time to get a big score, but it was a very good score indeed. 3,669 damage, 3 kills, 1527 base experience, 34 shots fired, 30 hit, 23 went through. 3,669 damage, 2,289 assisted damage, and made some profit, 48,000. Of course, he did have to fire some premium ammunition, and of course that ammunition cost is there, nearly 68,000 credits, and of course 10,000 for the Coca-Cola. But look, if that wasn't premium, it probably would have made a lot closer to 100,000. And you'd think, even though it was only a 5-minute game, an ace tanker in a battle in a Tier 9 game in a Tier 8 light tank, you'd think an ace tanker should be worth around about 100,000 credits. But very, very good gameplay from Bucket. Now he's in Pyro. Don't forget to check him out on Twitch. long as I remember to put the link down below, which hopefully I do. As we move on to game number 4 in this 5 replay extravaganza, 2018 is on board. It's another game featuring the Alpine Tiger, and this is Ben 0777. Unlike Lone Dog, Ben 0777, I'm just going to call him Ben for this one, is in the Alpine Tiger. He's basically got a perfect matchmaking game, I guess. That's what some people would say anyway. Does get preferential matchmaking, so you're going to see games like this more often than you would in a normal tier 8 tank without preferential matchmaking, similar to the Super Pershing and the IS6. Shoots, bounces the T92 also bounces the return shot from the tier 7 American tank destroyer. Getting up into this position, I absolutely love this position on this map. I often do it with a light tank, and sometimes when it works well. And the fact that you're seeing a replay, you're going to see it. It probably will work. And he puts a shot into the SU-100. That poor old tier 6 tank destroyer won't know what hit it. Brings his damage count up to 773. The Alpine Tiger, you can see this game did not come out at the same time as the Alpine Tiger, because there's only one in this game, and that is Ben 0777. 1-all's the score. The little tier 6 tanks being killed on Benny's team, and the T25-2 on the enemy team. Picks up another kill, getting rid of that SU-100 that he shot earlier. He bounced 1 or 2 shots there from the Indian Panzer. Block damage up to 480, 1186 damage done, 626 assisted damage. He cops a shot from the Indian Panzer again. Gets his gun damage. Now that Indian Panzer hasn't been spotted, I don't think. I can't see him on the minimap. He's clearly having a little bit of a snipey snipe. Auto aims on the Hellcat, puts a shot into the tier 6 American tank destroyer. Artillery shoots and stuns his crew. Doesn't actually kill any crew members, and he just kicks back. Uses his repair kit to unstun the crew. I guess unstun is a word. Leans forward so he gets the gun depression. Puts a shot into the Cheeto. That poor old Cheeto at tier 6. He won't do too well up against a big tier 8 heavy tank. Look at the mini-map. You can see they're winning 3-1. The Ben's team are having a bit of a push down the east. Got a few snipers back here doing TD stuff. Heavy tanks having a look on the west. Nothing really at the west. Ben providing pretty much all of the vision for his team. Is that the Hellcat just crashed. He fell off that little perch, maybe trying to come over and join. Looks like most of the enemy team are having a little bit of a camp in the southern part of the map. As I was saying earlier, I was just waiting for his team to catch up to him, I guess. Is Ben 077 bounces a shot from a Scorpion G and the Indian Panzer whilst looking for a shot over this ridgeline. Of course, the Alpine Tiger is Chinese, so it doesn't have the best gun depression, but being a tier 8 in a battle with only 3 tier 8s on each team, he can bounce the guns from most of the enemy tanks. The Indian Panzer and the Scorpion G having a bit of trouble penetrating the Alpine Tiger, and everything else apart from the IS-3 is low tier. Then the IS-3, you can see the IS-3 over there at J2. He's clearly looking towards the Tiger 1 that might be here in the middle, down to 656 health, and that T29 accosting the west. 6-3's the score, nearly 2,000 damage, 2,000 damage blocked. Ben 0777 on 2 kills as well, waiting for his teammates to try and hopefully catch up. He's looking for some shots there. What's the Schwartz Panzer? That's the Mutz. He's on full health. No, he's not. He's on about half health. I wonder why that's showing. Oh no, he's on nearly full health. He's only lost 130 hit points from one of those little guns, and that'll be handy later on in the game, I reckon. 6-3, nearly 2,000 damage done, 2,000 damage blocked, 946 assisted. Now I was saying earlier, there won't be a video every day in 2018. For that, I can guarantee. I think I mentioned that earlier. It's going to be more extravaganzas like this, less videos, but more longer videos, such as this one. And this will be the first one, the Tier 8 Premium Tank Extravaganza. The ARL 44 goes down. Tiger 1 gets spotted again, and Ben 0777 clearly says, no, I want to get rid of the Scorpion G before I get rid of the Tiger 1, because it can bounce that Tiger 1 all day long. The Scorpion G, however, sometimes, especially if it starts loading gold, might be a little bit more of a challenging opponent opponent, I guess, especially if his teammates keep Ben 0777 lit up. In the Alpine Tiger, 6'4". You can see shots going out left, right, and centre. 6'5" now. The VK2801. Not sure what he was thinking there. He went for a bit of a hero run over there as Alpine Tiger gets spotted, puts another shot into the Scorpion G, takes him down to 199 hit points. That's one that he wants to get rid of. There's 3 tier 8 tanks on each team. All 6 I should say, are still alive. There goes that Scorpion G. The M12 does the job. Clearly the M12 recognised. Get rid of one of these tier 8s. Really put the pressure on these enemy tanks. The IS-3 is spotted again over there in the southwest. But a lot of low health and low armour tanks in this game. The Nashorn, the Jagdpanzer IV, all sort of coming around playing with these tanks. Of course, that KV2 on the enemy team could derp the hell out of it. So could the Tiger 1, the IS-3, and Ben 0777 biding his time. Trying to maintain some vision. The Mutz, the Schwarpanzer 58. Not sure what he's thinking. Maybe he's going to try and come up and try and help Ben on this ridgeline. Sometimes heavy tanks can struggle on ridgelines. The Alpine Tiger doing pretty well though, and he's looking over at all these enemy tanks. He wants to get rid of a few of them. 7-5 is the score. This is the second last battle in this extravaganza featuring some tier 8 premium tanks. Next one, just like Ben, I think this is Ben's first replay that he sent me, and the next one's going to be from another person who is brand new to this channel. New year, new contributors. That is absolutely fantastic. Now, unfortunately, because I won't be doing videos every single day this year, unfortunately, I guess the bottom line is I'm not going to be able to start to do every single replay that gets sent my way. This year, 2017, I've struggled to do every replay that's been sent my way as that Mutt starts brawling with the IS-2. Ben 0777 trying to support his teammates, but the IS-2 and the GW Panther are right down there behind that ridgeline. Looks like he's getting into a different position. He's only on 775 hit points. He doesn't want to throw those hit points away because he knows if he does that, then he'll be in a world of trouble. He gets spotted, puts a shot into the KV2, 7-6 as the T92 AT goes down. Now that Schwarzpanzer is in a world of trouble there, I reckon. I reckon he is in big trouble. They're both one-shots, the enemy team, the IS-2 and the GW Panther, but unfortunately the Schwarpanzer at 58, the Mutz, he's basically just thrown away his tank. That was not the best move as Ben picks up his third kill. The GW Panther drops a turd on his tank, injures his commander. He fixes him with a quick tap of the 6 key, and he picked up the kill on the M12, the tier 7 artillery piece. But in that little skirmish, they went from being 2 or 3 tanks ahead to even Stevens, 8 apiece. And Ben 0777 is the last tier 8 tank on his team. The enemy team still have 2, the IS-3 and the Indian Panzer. But that Indian Panzer's been looking at him all game long. Now he knows the GW Panther's over here, so I guess he's moving around this ridgeline to make it as difficult as possible for that tier 7 German artillery to hit him. Peeks around the corner, catches the Tiger 1 napping, and he picks up kill number 4. 9-8 the score. That's the first time they've been ahead. Well, it's not the first time they've been ahead, but they've been ahead all game. But puts his team back ahead. Loads premium rounds. Wonder why he's loading premium rounds for. Maybe thinking about the IS-3 or the Indian Panzer. Wants to make sure he gets rid of those tanks. Now we know the IS-2 and the GW Panther, last spotted in the southeast, are very low hit points. One shot for anything. But that Tiger 1, understandably in the east, understandably be a little bit nervous on less than half health himself, it looks like. I'm not sure if all these tanks are all going to be waiting for him as he pokes around the corner. That's why he's taking his time. Finds the Indian Panzer. He's on full health. Fires blindly, not sure why. Maybe out of frustration, or maybe hoping to land a shot on the Hellcat. Artillery hits the Indian Panzer. Ben 0777 on 4 kills, 3,600 damage, 2,000 damage blocked, 1,110 assisted damage. Starts picking the map, so we've got to go here, guys. Come on, we've got to go. Let's get in there. There's an IS-3 in there. He's all alone. We need to do this together. But unfortunately, looking over there, I don't think that T29 is gonna join in the party. I really don't. Looks like he's actually going the other way. Looks like he's actually going back towards space, which is concerning. They're only winning by one tank. Now that T29 could certainly help in some way, even though he's not top tier. Looks like it's going to be all down to Ben 0777 in the Alpine Tiger. Looks towards the IS-3. The IS-3's realised that T29 might be running away. Looks like the IS-3 is pushing on these tank destroyers. Finds a KV2 and kills him. That makes the scoreboard look a lot more respectable. Pulls back. He knows the Indian Panzer is going to come after him. The Indian Panzer lands a shot, takes him down to 359 hit points. Still with premium ammunition loaded. Now that Indian Panzer is still on pretty high health. He could really push into Ben 0777 and comfortably win the brawl. Ben only on 140 hit points. Starting to back out of there. He knows artillery can shoot him. Artillery has been shooting his way. The Tiger 1 picks up the kill on the IS-2 down on the other side. He'll be hoping that the Tiger 1 picks up the GW Tiger. That's where the GW Tiger was last spotted, over there behind the building. And he wants that Tiger to get that arty, because that arty could really ruin Ben's day on 77 hit points. And he's decided to go for it. The Indian Panzer, was that a high explosive round at the Indian Panzer just fired towards... It must be. He just copped 66 damage. If that had been a normal shell, the Indian Panzer would have killed Ben. Ben's on 5 kills now. The Tiger 1 does the right thing. Saves Ben 0777 in the Alpine Tiger. He shoots hoping for the top gun. Doesn't land it. 14 to 10 is the score. Comfortably looking good for the win. The T29, no idea what the T29's doing. But Ben 0777 in the Alpine Tiger on over 5,000 damage. That's a pretty good result in the preferential matchmaker Alpine Tiger in this lineup. IS-3 on 24 hit points. Now that looks like the T29's firing HE, because the T29 just took the IS-3 for about 100 odd damage. So I'm not sure if what's going on there. Ben loads a HE rounds himself, picks up his 6th kill, confirms the win, 15-10. Thank you very much, says Ben 0777 in the Alpine Tiger. That looked like an absolute perler, and well done indeed to Ben 0777. An Ace Tanker Mastery Badge for that little performance on Swamp. The Bruiser Medal, Fire for Effect, Shell Proof, Spartan, Steel Wall, High Caliber, Top Gun, you name it. He absolutely creamed it. Got the top score, 5,094 damage. 6 kills, 1,742 base experience. More than, look at those passengers. 6 zeros in that game. T29, yeah, maybe that guy was right saying he was a bot. But to be fair, the other team didn't have anyone who really stood up either. Even the Indian Panzer really struggled. Indian Panzer looked like he was doing quite well. Maybe that 1,447 was all done against Ben 0777 in his Alpine Tiger. He fired 20 shots, 18 hit, 16 went through, 5,094 damage. Top Gun, 2,000 damage blocked, 1110 assisted, 95,000 credits after tax with the premium account. Even though he did have to throw around some premium ammunition, it was a pretty good result in the Alpine Tiger. As we move on to the 5th and final replay, thank Christ for that, I can hear you all saying, featuring, this is a new contributor to Water Tanks with Stewie JP at Get On Board Studios, NGV Ho 97. I'm just going to call him Ho 97. I hope he doesn't mind. He's on Himmelsdorf. Now this is going to be a little bit more fast and furious than that game we just saw. Another Tier 8 game, 3 tier tanks on each team, and of course with the preferential matchmaking of the Alpine Tiger, NG Ho 97 is one of them, as he goes straight down the Banana Road. He's not showing any signs of slowing down. It is getting a little bit cold, this coffee. He is moving right forward. Looking at the AT15, like I said earlier, a lot of changes in 2018 to this channel. So it won't be every day, but hopefully it'll be a little bit longer videos, such as this. Let me know if you think it's if that's a good idea or not, but I certainly won't be doing one every day like I have this year. Be probably focusing a little bit more on Twitch, as well as more informative videos, I guess you could say, and as being part of a community contributor program, which I'm very happy to do. 0-2 the score. Ho 97. A little interesting here. It's an encounter battle. Of course, the flag's on the west. It looks like everyone on both teams, including Ho 97, is in the east. Cops a damaging shot from the Oni for 294 hit points. Looking at the AT-15, they're staying behind cover. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. There's a lot of tanks on that hill. If I was at Pershing or the OI on the west, I'd be thinking maybe try and cap it out. There is a Lorraine 42 who was last spotted over there at D3 though, and Ho 97 just looking at chipping away at these enemy tanks. There you go. That'll be a nice shot. Shoots the AT-15 for 336. Of course, he has got premium rounds here. 122 mil, 390 damage. That's not a bad alpha damage gun, and you can see its armour, bouncing shots. He's already bounced 540 hit points. From the AT-15, the KV-85, and that just took the one damaging shot from the Oni at T7. Oni very kindly offers Ho 97 his side. The AT-15 trying to be not so kind. Looks like that Pershing is going for the cap. That one didn't go through the British tank destroyer. Now, of course, it's 3 tier 8s on each team. The AT-15's one. The KV-4 is up there on the hill. So if Ho 97 can get through this AT-15, the other tier 8s, the KV-4's up the top. Now, the enemy have got the top, but why would you? Why would you care about getting the top? It's not that. Well, maybe it is. Oh, who knows? I don't really play encounter. Maybe I'm not the most qualified person. Looking to pick up the kill. Doesn't quite get the kill. Leaves the AT-15 on 10 hit points. There's the Oni around the corner, firing high explosive rounds towards NGV Ho. And this should be the kill shot. No, he bounces. He bounces the AT-15. He is up to over 2,000 damage, 690 damage blocked. Looking for the kill shot. Come on, please. Tries to get it by ramming, doesn't ram it, shoots and kills him. Cops another HE round from behind with the Oni. Now his gun's damaged, but it's not going to matter because that Oni is probably the biggest target in this game. And firing HE, he should certainly win this little war of attrition. Should be 3 shots, I guess. 72 hit points he cops from the Oni. 2 more enemy tanks go down. And for the first time in this game, NGV Ho 97 and his Alpine Tiger are winning this one. Wants to get rid of the Oni, takes him for another 383 damage. Staying nice and low, needs to be careful. If he fires an HE shot right there on his engine deck, maybe that will be painful. But I really don't think that Oni knows what he's doing. 11-8's the score now. They're winning comfortably. The Hummel goes down, but who cares about a Hummel on Himmelsdorf as Ho 97 in the Alpine Tiger on 2 kills, 3,000 damage, looks towards this KV-22. No idea where that shot went. He bounced the KV-122, I should say. Bounces his shot. That's another premium vehicle, unless I'm mistaken. Puts another shot into the tier 7 Russian heavy tank. Takes him down to 500 odd hit points. 2 more shots should be enough, and he'll be hoping nobody else. He'll be hoping nobody else steals his kill. 1 more shot should be enough. Looks like nobody is going to steal his kill. 12-9 is the score. The auto aims. Probably shouldn't have. Maybe, who cares? Puts a shot into the side of that heavy tank. KV-122. I reckon that's a premium at tier 7. 100% sure though. 13-9's the score. 3 kills. 4,000 damage. It's a bit of a weird game, that one. The damage just started adding up as he heads towards the northeast corner. Advises Hungry Hippo to pull back, and he wants to get right up there, get a little bit more damage. Now, NGV Ho, let me know, is this from the North American or the Asian, or maybe it's the Asian server. I don't know why, I just thought it's from a different server. Maybe I'm thinking of a different replay. Maybe I'm getting a little bit distracted and getting ready to go to work. Anyway, NGV Ho 97 in the Alpine Tiger, 4,000 damage, 690 blocked, is looking for these last 2 pesky little tier 6 medium tanks. Looks up to where the Stritzwagen 74 was last seen. Puts 1 shot into him. Just thinking, I might just ignore that T3485 and hope for kill number 4 with the Stritzwagen. The Stritzwagen damages his tracks. Can't really do much, but it doesn't matter because the T3485 just got killed by the T3485M, and somehow they turned that one around. 4 kills, well done. That was not a bad result at all. Bit of a weird game, that one. Interesting to see what the Hummel was typing. He thought it was hilarious. Obviously something funny was happening down the end. On the other end of the tank where the artillery was. That's the last replay. NGV Ho 97, thank you very much for getting on board and sending me that replay. An Ace Tanker Mastery Badge. Bruiser, Duelist, Fighter, Fight for Effect, Steel Ball, High Caliber. Had a pretty good game. Mention my name, NGVHO97, and then simply pronounce it whatever you like. That's what he's put in the note. Anyway, well done, NGV. Ho97, 4,621 damage, 4 kills, 14, 18 base experience, 22 shots, 18 hit, 15 did damage, blocked 990, carried it, very good carry, but a bit of a different game on Himmelsdorf. 27,500 credits with a standard account, would have been 72 with a premium account, even firing some premium ammunition, and that's what these premium tanks are all about. So for everybody, wherever you are in the world, Happy New Year, Happy 2018. I hope 2018 is absolutely fantastic for you, for your families, for your clans, for your mates. Hope to continue to enjoy this game. Like I said earlier, there will be a lot of changes, and I certainly won't be producing videos every single day. But as always, thanks for the replays, lads. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and see you all next time.